Shelja ni chier tseba ni.
Yeah, great. And do you have the English?
There are two kinds of accurate perception because two kinds of objects can be considered.
That's perfect.
Mhm.
What two kinds of shell jaw are being referenced in the quote given in question 1?
The Rangsen and the Chichen.
Yeah. On fire. You want to go for promenade for 500?
It's the daily double.
Direct, correct, and deductive, correct.
So KGJ agrees that there are only two kinds of accurate perception, since there are only two kinds of objects to perceive. I should slow down a little bit, huh? But he qualifies this further by saying it isn't always explained in this fashion, or it isn't always explained like this. What alternative explanation did KGJ give for limiting the kinds of accurate perception to 2? I mean, it might not be entirely evident.
Yeah, he says that sometimes we sort of speak as if you can use deductive perception to see an actual object.
Yeah. So we've been talking, continuing down that train of thought. We've been using Rangsen and Chichen to refer to the objects that are observed by direct and deductive perceptions, but he goes on to use two different terms that refer to the same, that are synonymous, that are dunchik with Rangsen. What's synonymous with Rangsen?
Oh, dunje nupa and dunje minupa.
Yeah.
Yeah, ngupo and ngume, essentially.
Yeah. So KGB quotes the second line of the opening verse, and which says, what is it? Because there are things that are able to perform a function and things that are not able to. And here's part of your vocab for the day. It's this. So this is, I gave you the first line of the third chapter in the first question, and here's the second line. Up until this point, KGB has been using Rangsen and Chichen to describe the types of objects that are held respectively by direct and deductive accurate perceptions. But now he pivots to describe the objects that are perceived by direct and deductive accurate perceptions as things which perform a function, and things which do not perform a function. And that's why he said it isn't always explained like this. I think he was saying it isn't always explained as being Rangsen and Chichen exclusively, although they are synonymous, I guess.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Oh boy.
Where's the boss?
He's here he comes.
We need you.
Yeah.
I think the first line's okay.
Yeah, I don't think Adam needs him. I do.
I definitely need him. I was having such a hard time with this, my Yimbar down here.
Okay, we're. Oh, are you ready for me, Adam?
Sir, yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
So you finished the main part of your homework, right?
Yes.
Okay. Ooh, this is nasty stuff. That's never good. Yeah. By the way, I had a lot of fun listening to you guys, and I was very encouraged because I was very, very happy that you were working together like that, and I think you could do that, you know. So, I mean, I enjoy picking out a few mistakes, but I was very, very happy. It makes me very happy when you work together like that. So, by the way, I'm sorry I had a doctor's appointment and there was like 100 people ahead of me. So, and everything is fine and nothing's wrong. Okay. Why do we say dependent on something general? By the way, this Rangitseni is just Rangsen, okay?
Mhm.
And the Chi Tseni is just Chitsen. So he says, I'm going to tell you guys, did you guys ever wonder why they call it Rangsen and why they call it Chitsen? Okay.
Mhm.
And in school, it's pretty important. Roughly, Adam, what's the two? What's a Rangsen and what's it? Roughly with a usual example.
A Roxanne would be a coffee cup, and then a Chitsen would be, the archetype of the coffee cup.
Yeah. So when you close your eyes and think about a coffee cup, roughly that's a Chitsen. And it's unchanging, perfect archetype in your mind. It's often the result of the opposite of the opposite. Okay? And that's going to be important to do. And then Rangsen means the actual expression of that thing in the world. And that's a cup that you hold in your hand. Okay? So, but the names are strange because Rang means self, Sen means name or definition, and Chi means general, and Sen again means name or definition. So the names for actual example of the thing are a real case in the world, and the names for archetype, they're very strange in Tibetan. So he says, hey, you want to know why they call him that? Okay. Rangsen, Chitsen. Okay, let's go to the 350.
Okay.
You want to read?
Yeah. Ranging owo kakcha sok shel shenlat med rang wang du charger yepe tsini.
Yeah, and you guys should always try to remember this. So we're in which school of the four?
A second.
Second school. And don't forget, it's their unique language. And just remember, the reason we have different translators is each one is learning a different language. Each one is learning Tibetan for a different school, and they are not the same. So here's the meaning of Rangchen, which Adam and Ben are going to live with for the next 20 years. So you better get it straight. Ben respects his own size and definition existing. Okay, good. Do you remember the story of the train station lady, you guys? Some of you had it in DCI.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's a true story. I was in the Frankfurt, I think, train station with Sylvia Engelhardt. And we were supposed to travel to Bavaria, and with a bunch of DCI people. And I said, and it's a huge train station with kind of glass roof and stuff like that. And there are thousands of people there. And we rushed. We were late. We couldn't find a taxi, and we're dragging all these suits with us. And I said, where's the tickets? The train's leaving. And she said, I don't have the tickets. And I'm like, what? And I said, who's got the tickets? She said, my friend has the tickets. She's meeting us here. And then I'm looking around, there's like 3,000 people. The train station completely full. And I'm like, and what do you do then? You ask questions to see who's not the lady with the tickets. And in English, we say, you reach her by elimination. Okay. So at first I say, well, is it a man or, I didn't know. Is it man or woman? She says it's a woman. Then I cancel what? All the men in the railway station, I cancel them. Mentally, I cancel them. I'm just looking at the ladies. Then I say, is she tall or is she short? And she says she's tall. So I cancel all the shorter ladies. Then I say, what kind of color clothes does she have on? She has a red coat. Okay, cancel all the blue coat people. Cancel all the tall ladies with blue coats. Cancel all the tall ladies with green coats. And that way, by canceling things, you come to the thing. And it's kind of the idea of the opposite of the opposite. Okay. The lady with the tickets is everybody who's not everybody who doesn't have the tickets. Okay, got it? cancel all the people who don't have the tickets, and you will reach the lady with the tickets. Okay. Now, the nature of a rangchen is its nature is gaksak shenla dume. The actual coffee cup doesn't depend on
Other things.
Eliminating.
canceling anything that's not the coffee cup. Okay. So gakcha, so this gakcha means everything that's not the coffee cup. It doesn't mean true existence or self-existence. Or here it means you don't have to go through a process of elimination, which is called here gakcha. Okay? You don't have to cancel all the guys, all the short ladies. Okay, you can reach the coffee cup just by looking at it, and it pops out and you drink it. You know, it's like that. It's a positive thing and not a result of a negative process. Because it's not a result of a negative process, it's not unchanging or eternal or like that. Okay. So here we go. Shenla de medu. You don't have to rely on this process of canceling or eliminating something else. Well, what do? Don't want to char. Don't want to shot.
On its own.
Yeah, he just sits there and bees a coffee cup and he's staring at you. Char means he appears on his own. Okay, Rangwan means independently. You don't have to cancel anything. He's just sitting there on the table saying, I'm a coffee cup. Okay, all right. Rangwan to Chargyu, Yepe Tseni. Okay, it's quality. Here at Tseni means quality. Okay, it's a quality. It's a thing whose quality is that it can appear on its own without relying on some process of elimination. What's that tell you about Chichen?
It relies on something else.
Yeah. Anticipatory translation. Probably the archetype of a cup in your mind is arrived at
By elimination.
by a process of elimination. Okay, which is also how I arrived. Well, I'm not going to talk about that. Okay. 351, Adam. Who's going to read? Because you're too good to read.
Oh, can I do it one more? This last one.
All right. You got to have your cheats on.
De rang te rang shin chen yimpe rang gitsin ni tang rang ngo rang wang ma yimpar cheat sam gi rang shin chin yimpe chi tsini che yao.
Good. By the way, I'm not being disrespectful by eating youtiaos. We're having a test this afternoon here for the cafe, and we had a baker that we are interviewing a baker, and all the students have the job to test the pastries. So don't get jealous, you guys. Okay. I'd say that was pretty good so far. I give it about a 7. Okay. By the way, do you notice in 350 that he got in the words rang and sen?
Yeah.
And it was very artificial and very forced, but it works. So if you're a translator, you might want to italicize the word that you choose for rang and the word that you choose for sen ni, or I don't know, it's going to be very hard. Okay, but good, because he wants you to know these are the two parts of the word.
Rangchen.
Rangchen. Yeah, Rangchen. It's rang because it's rangwang to char. It appears on its own power, rang. And it has that quality, sen, seni. So good luck on that.
Really hard.
Yeah, it's very hard. Okay. De rang shin chen yinbe. Are we on 351, right? De rang shin chen. You read it, right, Adam? Yeah, I'm sorry. De rang shin chen yinbe. Rangit seni dong. Rangin ngo dong. Ngo rang wam mayimba. Chit sam ki rang shin chen. Okay. De rang shin chen yinbe. Be They ranking Chen Bei rangi Cheni Dong, ranking all the yeah. Mayimbar. So he defines Chichen as something which I I don't know. I'm worried about the yin. I'm worried about the yin.
The first line?
Yeah, I think it might be min. I don't know.
Doesn't that first line just go with the previous, with 350?
That's the way I was interpreting it.
These were
No,
together.
you see,
before.
right now it says something is called a chichen because it does have that nature. I think it might have been min. Okay, personally, I would want to check. Okay, but anyway, because it has some nature. Okay, unclear. Rangi cheni dang, rangi ngo dang, rang wangwa mayembar. Okay, it does not have its own characteristic. It does not have its own essential nature. It is not independent. That's we call chi tsam ki rang shin chen. Yeah, I'm almost sure this first yin is a min because now he says yin.
Geshe-la, why wouldn't de rang up to Tseni Dong just follow the previous line?
I'm sorry,
350?
you're right. You're right. It's been split in the wrong place. I'm sorry. You're right.
That's
Yeah,
yeah,
that's-
kind of what I was assuming, but I didn't want to back up there.
Yeah, let me say it again. Chagyu yip seni de rangshin chen yinbe rangi seni dang. Yeah, that whole first line should be in 350. Okay, we split it at the wrong place. That's exactly right. Okay, the first line and the first word should have been put up with the other one with 350. It doesn't belong here. Yeah, now it makes sense. Okay. That's why it's called Rangitseni. Then Chichen, Rangi, it does not have its own. What does it mean it doesn't have its own nature? It doesn't have any independence. It just exists in a general way. Why did he say that?
Because it exists in dependence upon eliminating other things.
Yeah, good. Yeah, it doesn't have its own personality. It's only defined by what's not the people around him. Okay. He doesn't have his own positive personality. He's just defined by the people around him. Okay. Something like that. Okay. By the opposite of the people around him. Chen Yinbei Chi Tseni Chejao. So to summarize, who wants to summarize Rangsen and Chichen according to these definitions? And don't get stuck in the words. Give me the idea.
Rongsen appears to have its own nature, and
Yep.
appears to be self-standing and independent.
Mhm.
And Chichen appears to be something that is not self-standing. Depends on other things, and I think in what we've been saying since we started class is that this is in reference to the elimination and how we arrive at the final object by either
Good.
the train station analogy.
So when you look at a cup on the table, you're just looking at the cup being himself. And when you close your eyes and think about cups, and by the way, when you use logic to establish the presence of a cup, that cup is a mental picture, okay? That cup is just a mental picture. And if you took DCI Advanced Level 2, which if you didn't, you should, is based on Adam's book. The whole thing is based on Adam's first book. The archetype one that does not stand on his own. He's just you reach him by canceling everybody else in the train station. Okay, you cannot get to the lady with the tickets. The only ticket to get to the lady with the tickets is to cancel everybody else in the train station. Okay, so she's kind of hard to get to, but once you get to her, she's very solid, very unchanging, and it's exciting for you guys because that's what comes out of a karmic seed and creates an object out of pieces of things. Okay? Even when you look at a Rangten cup on the table, you are doing that because a Chichen is slipping out of the seed in your mind and traveling to the pieces and coating them like chocolate sauce on an ice cream. Okay, got it? Okay, so this is not some stupid, philosophy of debate. It's very important. How are you creating the pen? If the pen is coming from you, who's tying the pieces together? It's your chichen. And so that idea of a chichen travels up through the different schools, and it morphs, and it becomes the thing that opens up out of a karmic seed. It's very beautiful. Tokpe Taktsam, Mingde Taktsam, in the middle way school, that idea of the chichen survives, and it morphs, and it reaches the highest school, and then they call it things are creations of words and thoughts, and the thoughts part is chichen. Okay, so learning about this stuff when you're a kid in the first school, in the first year of your Geshe program, it's really important because you're going to use it in the last year, 25 years later. Okay, it's going to be Majjhimika. Cool. All right.
Yeah. Oh, you need the
All
plane.
right. Let me crash this plane. Okay. I can do that. I don't know. When I really appreciated Adam's first book, I freaked out. And we made a beautiful course out of it. And I think 140,000 people have shared this course, and it's amazing.
Wow.
And it's really amazing. And that's where that's books should 138,000 people. Yeah. It's cool.
It's really cool.
Why do we have an empty blank Zoom screen? Why don't we have, okay.
My cheats in. All right.
Oh no, this is Ben's book. I gotta get out of here. This is confusing. Let me see here. I'm working on it, Ben.
Cool.
I'm up to 102, and I added 100 pages today. I hope you don't mind. Okay.
I don't mind.
Okay. In the doctor's office, I added 100 pages because he was so slow. She was so slow. Okay.
I slipped her a 20.
Let's see here.
Geshe, are you on track for February 1st handoff?
Cursor.
Which year? Which year?
This.
What's going on with this color? What's this color thing, Tim,
the
going
cursor.
on here? I think I hit the wrong display thing. I gotta go back to here. There you go. Okay. All right. Sorry, you guys.
So next
Us
page.
older people, we're not too comfortable with the tech. All right. Yeah, I got you. Okay. Okay. What's the main distraction that wasn't mentioned in Gibson's text when you're trying to combine shamatha and vipassana? Okay, let's read. Adam, who's up?
Oh yeah, let me get the participants up here. Okay, randomize here. Sunam, Venerable Sunam.
Oh. I'll trade you.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sumpa so soino wo tanla dapala rang
10 lap.
rangi deni tanla go up
Up.
papa dang
Cheats in.
chichen, thank you, ni tan la tapani.
Thank
Nice. Okay, Adam. we're gonna ten la bepa the sosongo of these two guys.
Say, I guess we're going to establish the individual qualities, the individual.
Yeah, we're gonna just work on this on a description of each one. And we're gonna, in order to do that, there's two steps. So for you to understand Rangten better, and for you to understand Chichen better, real cases and archetypes, we're gonna cover them in two sections. Number one, we'll give you the senis.
We'll give you the definitions.
But we just had the definitions, Adam.
Yeah. I think that were those the definitions? Because it said draw done. We give it, or would we?
That's a perfect answer. I was asking you a trick question, and you passed 100%. I'm donating $300 to the Ava Scholarship Fund. Okay, so get in touch with Ellie and collect the money for Ava. Okay, but I'm trusting you to keep it until she gets to college. Okay. No, I tried to trick Adam, and he didn't fall for it. And he said, look, that wasn't the definition of Rangsen and Chichen. They were just explaining why they call them Rangsen and Chichen. Now we're going to get the definition. That's a different thing. Okay. So we're going to get the definition of each one. And then what's going to happen?
Then we're going
first, we're going to do the definition of Rangsen, which unfortunately he calls Rangiteni here. Yeah. And then we're going to do the definition of
Chichen.
I'm sorry.
Archetypes.
It's not the definition at all. Cancel that. I should get the money back. Nah, okay. Yeah, he's using Senyi here as part of Rangsen, okay? So we're going to tell you everything about Rangsen, and then we're going to tell you everything about Chichen, and it doesn't mean definition here. Okay, all right. But the next line says, who's next?
Yeah. Let's see.
Hey, Adam.
Yes,
Adam,
sir.
can I ask you a favor?
Of course.
Tell me how far I have to go before you cannot see my mouth.
Almost. Getting warmer. Nope, keep going. Right there.
There we go. Oh, now it's back.
All right, let's go.
Not quite.
Quality control for the calculator.
No, it's
support the peach tree, guys, Michael. So we understand you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta try to stop that black hole. All right, here we go. Dumbledore.
Svetlana?
Svetlana.
Is that the same Yo Chow? Okay, see somebody else. Rob, can you help us?
Sure. Dangpala, Seni, Shepadang, Sen Shi Nu, Sungwa or Sungwa? Sungwani.
Thank you.
Hey.
Good. So here's where Grandpa thought we were. So for round 10, we're going to have two parts. We will tell you the Seni.
We're going to tell you the definitions.
We'll explain the definition, and then we will sungwa the Sen Shi.
I guess we'll identify. Could we use no here as identify?
Yeah, we'll identify an actual case for you guys.
Yeah.
So Sen Yi means definition. Sen Shi means an actual case of that definition. Okay, like I don't know, coffee cup. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, good. Here we go on the first one.
Somebody else here. Is that Ruko? Ruko?
Hello, Adam. Hello,
Hi.
Sheila.
Hey. Oh, it's been such a long time. Yeah, good morning.
Okay, I'm trying the first line, first paragraph. Or
Yeah.
the second
Yes,
of the first.
Yeah, starting here at
Dam po ni zhang
Shindak.
Xing Dang, you do wrong, then
Mandre. Mandre.
Mandarin, nap Tang,
Nepa. Nepa.
Nepa Tang,
You're doing really good.
Dang Ye
Dunche. Dunche.
Dong Tree, Nampa So, Rang,
Zen.
Then Gi,
Yeah.
San Ni,
Yeah.
Do,
Yeah.
Pang, Pa, Mit, Ta, Do,
Tedo. Mite.
Do. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
This might be done, okay? Could be done, okay? We'll check. So first of all, what's the definition of the actual case? The real example of a thing. You have the archetype and you have the actual cup, okay? So we're gonna give you the definition of the actual cup, okay? First, and oh, I'm sorry, this is, yeah, no, this is Shendak. Shendak means other people. Other guys believe at the end of the second line, Adam, Dupa.
Okay.
Okay? Other guys believe that the Rangsen has two qualities. Number one, it should not overlap with anything else in its physical position, in its position temporally in the timeline, and in its nature. Okay, it should not overlap with other things in its physical position and in its temporal position, and or in its nature. It should not mix with other objects. Mande should not overlap. That's the first requirement.
Makes sense.
Secondly, it has to do Geneva.
It has to do something.
Yeah, and if something fits those two requirements, it is Rangten. Do we believe that?
I could see
The school believe.
Mite.
This school
No.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, no, we're saying some other cuckoos, you know, they think that's what Rangten is. And he doesn't say again.
I could I guess there are you've got Shepa and so if you're gonna clearly define it, and it's gonna have to have these two characteristics of not occupying the same space as another thing. I could see that how all Rangsens would have these two qualities, but I don't know if this is an exhaustive definition, like if it covers all possible options.
We're gonna defeat it shortly, okay? The third line says what, Adam?
Dopamitede, they believe that this is incorrect.
No, we believe that their belief is incorrect.
Okay. We believe that their belief is incorrect. So the Dupa is talking
Dupa means
Shendak?
the Dupa goes with Shendak. Yeah. Some people believe, okay, Shendak Dupa. All right. But that's Mite. We say, but it's wrong. And we're gonna disprove it shortly, okay? Don't worry. And what it means to not overlap in space, time, we're going to cover it below. Okay, it's coming. Don't worry about it. Okay? But anyway, the whole idea is wrong. Okay.
Okay.
Right? Don't get too worried about it.
I took the bait.
Yeah. Okay. Adam, who's next? Because they get a kind of a sexy one.
Jasmine.
Ooh. It's down here.
Kiêu Park, Rangchen Dun, then Yon Pei, Trap Key, Gap Way,
Các
chế, Tong War Dog Pay.
Thank you. Wow.
Good. Okay, Adam, what's Umachang Jirpa?
the middle way consequence school.
Yeah,
Or
the
a
highest
person,
school,
a person of the middle
the
way
highest,
consequence.
yep, the highest school of Buddhism, school number 4B, okay. They say Rang Sen is the soul,
The essence.
is the main gotcha
Yeah, sorry, the main, yeah. The main
that
thing
we,
that we're denying.
yeah, is the main thing we deny with reasoning that
And-
treats ultimates.
Okay.
The highest school of middle way says when we work out what's ultimate reality, this wrong set of your guys is actually our ultimate gotcha.
Awesome.
Your real cup on the table is what we say is exactly doesn't exist at all. Okay. Okay, got it? In our system, when we're trying to work out what is ultimate reality, your Rangsen, your actual coffee cup on the table in the second school is the fourth school's gotcha.
Right.
Whoa. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Who's going to read this next line, Adam? I'm having a real conflict here between the pizza and your text. Okay, I'm going to control. All right.
Maria?
Like Diamondale.
Maria?
Help me out. No. Is it no?
Yeah. Mawa.
Noah do pai rangsan gido
Oh.
do de kepa don
Kakpa.
kakpa don de den bar do painla.
Yeah, good. Nice. What's Ngamawa, Adam?
Well, it's the Chidrak, it's the Chidrak Malas, right?
No, the first
No.
functionalists, the first three.
Yeah, the functionalism is the first three of the four schools. And to put it very simply, they're called functionalists because they believe if an object does something, then that is inside the object. That's part of the object. And that means it's real. If fire can burn your hand, the fire is real. That's all. Okay. They say, look, if something has a function, then that function must be inside of that thing. It's not like you touch a fire and some seed opens up in your mind and your hand gets a blister. Are you crazy? You know, it doesn't work like that. You touch a fire and you get a blister. Okay, got it? They think the fire has the power to give you a blister, not the seed from hurting somebody in the past. Okay.
Mustn't it be somewhat more subtle than that because mind only is included?
Yeah, I think you could say that, but generally, if something performs a function, it's real.
Yeah.
And that nature is somehow within it. Okay. Okay. They talk about the Rangsenki Dundo. When you take, I guess the opposite of Rangsen, and if you canceled it, that would be Dundam Demba. Okay. How do you get to ultimate reality, Dundam Demba, ultimate truth? Okay. In the functionalist schools, okay, how do you get to the functionalist schools' ultimate reality? You have to deny Kakpa. Can we say the opposite of Rangten?
If you said dope, right? The Dundo.
Then dope, yeah, the opposite.
Yeah. I guess I'm.
Is that a very strange way of saying the Chichen?
I mean, that's
It
where
could be.
the way
It
I'm taking
could be.
I think that's the
I
only
mean,
option.
Dindong generally is like a chichen, yeah.
Yeah.
But maybe you have to translate this by figuring out what it has to say.
Uh-huh.
Okay, sometimes you have to retreat to that. Okay, and he's drawing a distinction between the fourth school's gakcha and the first three schools gakcha in these two sentences.
Okay. Yeah.
In the first sentence, he says Rangchen is the gakcha of the fourth school for second half of the fourth school, and for the first three schools, the gakcha. If you want to reach ultimate reality, you have to cancel the dendog of the Rangchen.
Mm-hmm.
You have to deny.
Yeah.
Okay.
For the
So there's some difference between Rangchen dendog is not accepted by the first three schools.
So we're doing a
And
double. Sorry again.
And Rangchen is not accepted by the fourth school, highest school.
Or at least Rangchen Dundok is not accepted as being Dundam Demba.
No, because he's got the kakpa. So it appears that they're saying
Oh, I made a mistake here when I read it to you. Okay, I made a mistake. Cancel the whole thing. This two sentences go together, and I broke them to make it easier for the reader. So they go together. Both of these are beliefs of the Madhyamika. Both sentences are beliefs of the Madhyamika. Okay, they're meant to go together, and I broke them because I wanted to make it easier. Okay. The middle way school says Rangchen is in fact the main gakcha that we deny with the reasoning of emptiness. With all our proofs of emptiness, that's the main thing we deny. Okay. And that dundog, and when you and the absence of the Rangchen concept, dundog, as presented by the first three schools, when you cancel that, you reach Dundam Demba.
According to the Madhyamika school.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Now it makes more sense, right?
Crisp.
Okay. You better, yeah. Nice. Okay. Who's up?
Oh yeah, here. Let's see, we're gonna do this quick. I feel like I have much more time. Karen? Isabel?
Yes.
Thank you. Do you mind helping us?
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. I might need your help though. They cheer non ra wei wait. Okay. Rang Chen Yi Dong Do Du Gong Do Pa De Du Ma Tai
Uma Tongir?
Yu Wei Tai Nya Du Yang Danya.
Yeah, good.
Chi Mei Ma Ju Pa Do Pa In La.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, good. Now this is cool. Therefore, that thing which the functionalists, the first three schools, believe is this theoretical Rangchen. Okay, how about that? This idea, the concept of a Rangchen. Okay, the Rangchen, which the first three schools believe in, the actual cup that the first three schools believe in, which is a cup which is hard from its own side, for example. Okay, or it's real because it holds water. Okay, that one, that their dindog, their idea of that. Why does he say that? The concept of Rangchen. Why didn't he just say Rangchen?
Oh, we don't believe it. It's just like you always said to throw away a book that says a self-existent thing instead of a supposed self-existent thing.
I believe that's where he's going. Yeah. So catch this, the rangsen, the actual cup on the table that's so popular with you guys in the Umateangyurwa, okay? It doesn't exist, even Tanyedu.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah, even nominally, okay? Even nominally. Even as an idea, it doesn't exist, okay?
Wow.
Forget the real thing. It doesn't even exist in theory. Okay. Okay. Got it?
That's
Whoa.
beautiful. That's big.
Yeah. Which means the second school, one of the favorite things of the second school is exactly what the fourth school says doesn't exist.
At
Whoa.
all.
Yeah, even in any way. Okay. Even name only or something like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not
Doesn't even
Kunso.
exist. All right.
Wow.
Oh, here it comes again.
It is,
Probably wrap
it
up
is
after this one,
6:30.
Ursula.
Yeah, there's a nice crow
Okay.
at the end.
Can I point out too, we didn't start until 43 after.
Yeah.
All right. All
Yeah,
right.
so
I'm here.
we've got about 5 minutes over. We'll go another 3 minutes over.
All right. I'm up for it.
Okay. Just that
Go
push
slow,
control too.
go slower, Adam. Read it slowly.
Oh, you mean to read? Okay. You'll
No.
do.
Read it slowly. I'm eating pizza. You know how long it takes to get pizza particles off your screen?
Aisha, can you help us?
Okay. You do rang sing ma tre wa pa tre pa dang dong ye nu
Dunche.
pa che
Yeah,
nu
dunche.
nun che nu pa so dog du ma da du uma so uma ta nyu wa
Yeah.
yang kalen
Yeah, try Kaylin.
Kalen
Kaylin.
Helen Bang 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 Peter
Thank you.
Petiro.
Okay, good. And this idea that they expressed by other guys that a rangten is something that never mixes in position, in place, in time, or in its nature, which we're gonna explain below. Okay, don't get stressed about it. And that it works, it has a function, it has function stuff. Okay, this whole idea about it's distinct in time, it's distinct in location, it's distinct in nature, and it performs a function. All that stuff, Umateangyurwa killing.
They accept that.
Yeah, we're okay with that. We accept that an object should take its own spot. We accept that it should take its own time. We accept that it should have its own nature and its nature shouldn't mix with other stuff. We don't have a problem with that part. Okay, that part of your wrong 10, we'll buy it. Okay, we just don't like the other part. Okay, good?
We accept that as its own nature.
Yeah, now I have one more announcement for you guys, Adam.
Yes, sir.
By the way, you're doing the next 4 paragraphs, okay?
Okay.
So today I got a nice email from our Sanskrit team covers the whole world. We have 4 Sanskrit teams, but the biggest and most productive team is sitting in Guadalajara, in Anatol's house. And I'd like to announce, we've been working through Sugang's book, which is a commentary to the Sutra on the Wheel of Life. And we've had trouble with that book by Vasubandhu, the commentary, because there's no Sanskrit and no one's ever written a commentary. And I'd like to announce that Aisha and her team located an ancient stone carving from the walls in Bodh Gaya and
What?
some kind of manuscript in Turkestan.
Nalanda.
Nalanda. Oh, sorry, not Bodh Gaya. And we've got a good piece of it now. We got the whole sutra and we got a good piece of the commentary. So we should give it applause to them.
Wow.
Very cool.
And
This
keep
is the
David
only group
Rigo and Varanasi team and David Rigo.
Yeah, this is the only group in the world that would be excited about that, by the way. Okay, Uncle Nick, I'm going back to you, unless you want Kiri to say something. Kiri.
He can say whatever he's got to say anytime.
Hey, Kiri.
Thanks, Geshe-la.
Okay.
Thank you, Geshe-la. Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Adam.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Adam.
Thank you.
That was
Awesome.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Listen,
And you-
Nick, some people give lamas when they finish a course like this and they killed themselves for 60 classes. They give them flowers, but
Mhm.
the wise student gives them pizza.
Absolutely.
All right, you go, Nick.
Thank you. Thank you, Geshe-la. So we can take a short break and then we'll come back and have a Q&A with Geshe Michael. At the beginning and the very end of the Q&A, I'll do a couple more thank yous.
Okay.
So if you can take a few minutes and eat your pizza. I just want to let everybody know that I sent you an email regarding us collaborating in something. So just check your email if you can. It's just, I didn't send it to No, not you, Geshe Michael. Everybody else.
Oh, okay.
I didn't get an email.
Yeah. Everyone except you and a couple other mixed nuts.
I didn't get one either.
That's a
Hey,
mistake.
Janke Shin. No, it's okay.
Oh, but I got
What's the
one
baby's
from Brian
name?
Mendoza.
What's the baby's name?
Somebody will
What's the
forward it
baby-
to you right now, I'm sure.
Nick, I don't, it's okay. I'm good.
Okay.
What's the baby's name? Janke Shin. What's the
Anyway.
baby's name? 名字是什么？ Bebe 名字是什么？
宝宝的名字叫杨乐达，格西老师。
杨乐达。
I think that translates
Okay.
to Doug. His name is Doug. No.
Yay, Young Leda. Young Leda.
Take a 5-minute break, you guys. We'll be back here. 4 minutes. Come back at 5:40, please.
明天见，杨乐达。明天见，杨乐达。晚安。
晚安。
晚安，杨乐达。
晚安。晚安。晚安。格西老师晚安。
哇！杨乐达。OK，
想睡觉了。
Oh, sweetie.